So we start our session deep within a dark cavern flooded with salt water. Your party recently descending this over 1,500-foot shaft into a secret dwarven cavern beneath the lair of an ancient dragon. After saying your see you laters to Emil, Colt, and Sarah, who are now heading back to the airship by way of the Spider Caves, Stephen used his newly learned spell to allow the group of you the ability to breathe water for the next 24 hours. Using the hefty weight of both Clavius and Dvalin's heavy armor to quickly descend the long, dark journey down. The only light being that from Isabel's cantrip illuminating the rough-hewn walls of this massive vertical shaft, eventually reaching the bottom, which was hard stone and dusty sediment beneath your feet. As Stephen began leading you into the cavernous room he had previously scouted with his arcane eye. As you swam forward through this massive chamber, over 100 feet from floor to ceiling, and surrounded by rough, craggy walls of immense darkness, you note that this place likely hasn't seen light in a very, very long time. You approach the structure at the far end of the room, Stephen pointing out to the statue of Aegon Drake to Dvalin and the rest of the party. Behind him, on his balcony-like pedestal, are the two massive doors clinging to the darkness in the rear of the room. As Saru swam closer, using his newly donned armor to quickly zip through the water, he was stopped by the sight of multiple dark tentacles beginning to curl out from behind the statue, and finally an immense amorphous form of writhing tentacles emerge and begin reaching out in your party's general direction. Let's first get to the map. And then let's talk underwater combat rules. Oh boy.
Lightning bolt is triple effective, right?
Uh-huh. Underwater combat. Ranged weapon attacks are made at disadvantage, unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin. So, i.e., piercing weapons are what you want. Ranged weapons automatically miss if they are attacking a target outside of the weapon's normal range. So, note that for any of you ranged people. Melee weapon attacks are at disadvantage unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, trident, piercing weapon, thrusting weapon. Or unless the attacker has a swim speed. So Saru, you can attack normally because you have a swim speed with your armor. And then, fun little note, all creatures submerged in water have fire resistance. So that's cool. We don't need to talk about breathing because you can all breathe. Swimming, your speed is halved if you don't have a swim speed. So, again, Saru is the only one with a swim speed. And then last is Clavius and Dvalin are technically our heavy armor boys. And there are technically no movement penalties for being underwater in heavy armor. Other than the previously mentioned halved speed.
Yeah, I'm already down to 10 feet. How much more could I be penalized?
Yeah. So
another 5 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
technically. So I won't be enforcing any other movement penalties other than you two heavy armor boys won't have the ability to dash. Because I feel like that just makes sense. And it is my discretion to do so. But yeah, so other than that, that is the rules for underwater combat. We'll talk about questions as they come up and probably take this possibly slow. I don't know. We'll see. But we've already rolled for initiative. My creature has already rolled for initiative. He's just on the GM layer. And we need some fucking tunes.
Oh no, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good and atmospheric.
Keep on rolling.
But now we need some tunes. Alrighty then. Shall we begin? Stephen, you start us off.
Can you shed a little light on how far back does it go, like out of sight? I'm assuming, like, are we ignoring this first level down below? How do you want to handle that?
So it goes about 20 feet back, 20, 25 feet about on the level. There is a level below that you could swim to if you wish to. Currently, we do have a little bit of three-dimensional combat going. So
Yeah, that's what I was curious.
I'm happy to have you guys use that green, which is currently your passive perceptions. If you click on your token, and that can be your height if we're going to make some big height changes and stuff. So you guys just let me know as we do it. Like, if you want to go down, basically you won't be able to see the creature. But as of right now, most everyone, maybe not Clavius and Dvalin. I know Dvalin's on the ground. But I would assume most everyone's kind of even, because most everyone is swimming up that direction. But that's also up to you guys, where you kind of want to be, three-dimensionally speaking. So yeah, when you make changes or whatever, like, just let me know where you want to be, and then we can put it in that, just so that we have it written down.
I'm not making a big change, and I don't even think I need to pull it out. For what Steven's going to do, he's gonna fire this off at the creature at the 3rd level.
Dope.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
I would love to. Let's pull up him real quick. Somehow didn't have his thing up. Constitution save, you say?
Yep.
Public.
Damn.
Woof. 19.
All right, it'll take 11 points of damage. And it will not be moved. And Stephen will take a step back to give Dvalin his space. And that'll be a turn.
Oh. Nikolai, can you hear us?
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
So, from what I gathered while trying to listen from the left ear and the right ear, so I can move at normal half speed in any direction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. And
Normal half speed.
Do we know the distance between us and the platform above?
It's about 20 feet up,
Nope.
Give or take.
Okay. Dvalin will move 5 feet back to give Steven his space. Just kidding. Dvalin will go vertical. 10 feet. And this way is 10 feet.
Nice.
Double moving, and that's his turn.
What we got next? Saru.
So I'm probably on the same level as it is. Be my guess. So I'm just gonna back up. because no one else is going to be able to attack it from there. And yeah, see what it does.
Oh. All right. I think I've got you all at 20 now. Those three, and then do the rest of you as you go. Clavius.
So this is the first time I've done this. Under the description of the Echo Knight, it says, when you take the attack action on your turn, any attack you make with that action can originate from your space or the Echo's space. You make this choice for each attack. It doesn't say it has to be melee. Can it be ranged by that reading, the attack action?
Yeah, if you're making a range attack, I think you can make the ranged attack from the Echo. As far as that sounds,
right.
yeah.
I'm trying not to be at disadvantage. First thing I'll move here.
Yeah, it would say, yeah, I mean melee if it was going to specify that. So. I just threw your Echo out there. I don't know if you need it right now, but
I do. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it.
It's 2 squares below you.
Can you see?
Yeah, it was under one of my circles. Sorry.
I don't know what that means, but
under the
one of the 3 options when you select a character.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah,
he's gonna pop off a couple of light crossbow attacks to avoid the disadvantage.
Oh, it's like that.
You were saying?
It's like
You
that.
probably don't even have Bless on either, do you?
No, I do
not
not.
believe Bless is the boost.
Do I still have that thing with Dvalin? I think that's what it's from.
No, that was the day
That was
before.
only an hour.
Yeah, that was the day before.
Full day's
Alright.
passed.
I'll just confirm that right quick.
That will confirm. That will confirm. A little ranged action. A little ranged. Releasing your shot of target, you hit an ally with the attack instead of your intended target. If none are in range, which I think Isabel technically is, being the closest.
Question is, did you shoot from the shadow or not?
Yeah, it's from the shadow.
It would be from the shadow, which is good. But I think it has 30 feet of range. Oh, it has 80.
It's 80.
80 feet of range. So everybody's in play.
Yeah.
Roll a. Okay, well, everybody's right there.
I like the idea of the shadow shooting Clavius.
Yeah, roll a d8. Yep, the shadow does in fact shoot Clavius, which is crazy and hilarious at the same time.
That's going to
Turning on
make
you
some
again.
intense RP later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's turning on you again.
that is wild.
Yeah, that tracks.
So do I take another shot? Is that what I do?
No, that's just pop. If none are in range, somebody may contact you. If you're multiple are in range, DM may determine. So yeah, you don't have to take a shot. You just take that 8 points of demolish from the first, from the fail. Shoot your freaking self.
You know what? He leers at the shadow and he throws that crossbow down and will never pick it up ever again.
Seems good. Seems good. It is the monster's turn.
Do you not have multi-attack, Clavius?
I have a limited amount from the shadow and I'm not going to use it with a crossbow.
Got it.
The crossbow is now floating down. Maybe Xerxes sees it there floating. Who's to say? The monster will act. First thing it's going to do is attack the shadow, which is the nearest creature, with a tentacle. $12 to hit the shadow.
Nope.
Second tentacle attack. 22 to hit the shadow.
Yep.
All right. The shadow vanishes. I'm just going to stick him way over there to the side, out of view. It, as it passes through the shadow and the shadow vanishes, you see it like trying to wrap it up, and then it realizes that it doesn't have anything in its grasp, and it seems like a giant ball of tentacles could seem in that situation. And then it will move. I think it wants to move. So I'm going to swim here. It wants to swim here. This tentacle is coming at the dwarf. 19 to hit, Dvalin. Nine. Beautiful. Then it will send its second at you. Oof! 19s. So after 4 attacks and some movement, the beast is finished. And it is Xerxes' go.
So Xerxes will activate Radiant Soul,
Cool.
and his wings come out, and you would kind of guess that they may help in the water, but because of the, I think, corporeal nature of the wings, it really is just kind of basking him in a soft blue glow. So he puts his knife between his teeth, and he starts swimming. With Pythagoras, can I move here? Michael?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to be even with him?
Yeah. And can I get a flanking maneuver there with my pal, my dwarven pal?
Your dwarven pal, yeah. That would be a good old flank.
Be a good old flank. Then I'm gonna turn on the Radiant Soul modifier and do my first attack without a gun this entire game.
Maybe ever.
Oh, shit. All right. You know. Oh, you got advantage, so you are flanking, so...
Oh, right.
Get that second. You never know. 15 does hit.
Nice.
15 does hit.
Let's go. And
yeah. Nice.
yeah, did it like that?
So as you impact with your dagger, you feel that its leathery hide is really tough. And at first it feels really difficult to get through, but then you see that kind of radiant glow, and it helps you kind of tear into it. And it kind of squeals a little bit, a horrible sound that you would expect it to make, as it's just kind of writhing there in this big ball of utter horror. But yeah, that gets through it.
It's not super clear in my character sheet if I can multi-attack without a gun.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have multi-attack, you can multi-attack.
Okay. Then let me turn off Radiant Soul because it hates me.
Once per round.
And won't let me do it twice.
Evil. But
and actually click the advantage button this time.
20 will hit.
Big damo, guys. Big damo.
And yeah, in that moment, you feel that toughness again. It's a little
It's
a little more difficult to get in there.
Yeah, the D4. That's great news.
That's a really good D4 though. To be fair,
You did 15 points of damage. It's taken 26 total, so we'll take it.
Anything else?
No, he's just looking, very cool with his wings and knifing. This is a weird situation for everybody.
Anna.
Can Anna do some sort of check to see if she knows anything about this creature?
Abso-freaking-lutely. So you can decide if you want to do a nature or Arcana. You'll get different things for different roles. Let me see. What you might know with that.
Not much.
Not much is definitely true. It's hard for you to kind of like get a good look at it. Like there's this swirling ball of tentacles. And there are definite elements here that remind you of an octopus or squid or something. But there's something just off about it. Yeah, you're not really sure what it is.
All right, well, Anna's gonna bonus action activate her blade song,
Blade synchronized swimming.
and that'll give her 40 feet of movement. So I think I can get here.
That's dope.
Or that'll give her 20 feet. It'll give her 40 feet of movement, so 20 feet underwater. And she's going to...
You also want to be even with it?
Yeah. And she's going to pull out her short sword that she's been showing to. Does she have advantage?
Yep, you are flanking. Both will hit. And you too feel that it is difficult to get through this like kind of biting hide that it has, but you manage.
That is all my movement, 2 attacks, and a bonus action.
Dope.
And a very bad free action.
Isabel.
Isabel's gonna swim over here,
Do a little swim.
and is going to cast less on Xerxes, Anna, and Dvalin. And we'll equip her shield.
Dope. Hashtag blessed. Steven. Round 2.
Steven will Misty Step. And he's going to go.
Ooh, I like it.
Nice way to get some movement underwater right there.
Right there. And if I did it correctly, yeah. He will. I don't think I have like anything linked to my character sheet. Yeah, I don't. But he is going to call forth the Ghostbane Blade.
Nice.
And use the command word to expend 2 charges, causing a burst of radiant energy.
Dope.
And it will take 1d8 radiant damage, 3d8 if undead. And Steven is pretty confident it's undead, but you know, I can roll both if you don't want to tip your hand on it.
Let's see. Bop bop. Yeah, you.
Perfect.
Amazing. All right, so you made the thing.
There's no save. It just takes this damage.
Yeah, sorry, we haven't even. I don't think anyone's used this thing yet.
No one has, so I was excited to break it out.
Burst of radiant energy, emanate from the blade. Each creature within 15. 1d8 radiant, 3d8 if undead. You can roll 1d8.
Oh, man.
This thing is not.
That's surprising. All right. Well, there you go. Ooh. All right. Well, there we go.
Hey,
That's fine.
I like that.
And that is. And he's also gonna.
He's got a freaking laser sword.
Yeah. And that's his turn.
Awesome.
Man, not undead. Wow.
Dwalin.
Is Dwalin in range to hit?
Yeah, you are basically equal with it right now.
Sweet. Dwalin will bristle up and mutter under his watery breath. There is one dwarf in Aegon's tomb who still draws watery breath. And will hit it.
There's going to be a lot of those. Brace yourself, everyone.
The 18 hit.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So then he will drop one of these puppies at the 3rd level. Or at the 2nd level, sorry. And give us 3 of these dirty gals. Not good demo, but is what it is.
You never know. All damo's good demo.
All demo's good demo.
Oh man, we didn't turn a bless on our character sheet, did we? Well,
We didn't.
we're the worst.
Opposed to it.
We're the worst. Well, that's good demo though.
He's gonna swing once more.
Hey, real quick. Michael, it's not a fiend character, is it? Because that affects Dvalin's thing.
It is also not a fiend.
Just checking. Throwing that out there.
You gotta check, Gotta check.
And Uno Moss on the level 2.
Dump it.
Smiting.
Dump that
There you
smite.
go.
There you go.
That's a
There it
Demo
is.
on that one.
32 out of 48 solid. We'll take that.
We can get behind. That.
Crunching ammo.
Has entered the game.
Crunching. Nicely done. Ball.
Is it 42 total? Oh yeah.
He technically
47 total.
He technically had advantage on all those.
Oh
as
no,
well.
sorry, I was counting the D4.
He actually
didn't because he's slashing.
disadvantage and
slashing.
advantage, so he had equal. So he did that perfectly. Yeah. Saru.
Yeah, that's why I can't use the Talir right now.
There is a cloud of inky blood in the water.
So, is it
Not
tightly
not a
compact?
lot. What's that?
Are all of its tentacles like compact? Or
Currently,
is it
yeah,
kind of
it's kind of.
flailing?
It's not really flailing all that much.
Okay.
It's fairly compact right now. You did see it lashing out at people with its tentacles, but currently it's not because it is not its turn. So right now it is pretty compact, I'd say, for a large creature.
He's going to use his feline swimming movement. And he's basically going to... So he's even with it. He's basically going to use the entirety of the movement just to kind of do a couple little like zigzags kind of up and around it.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll end up above it.
Awesome.
10 feet above it.
Okay.
And then by doing the zigzag, that will cause hopefully the thing to be a little bit confused.
Amazing. We shall see. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Good target there.
Damn.
Straight
That's a
wisdom
flat
roll.
D20.
That's a
Wow.
flat
Yeah.
D20, baby. Look out. Look out. He's rolling rocks over here. Whew. All right.
It's a really cool spell, Borland.
That is a really cool
That
spell.
is.
It's so good. He somehow survives it. Anything
Okay.
else?
Nope.
Flavius.
I'm guessing here and here are not even with him,
What's that?
or
Sorry.
here and here even with him, where I could hit him.
Yeah, if you can swim to that point, yeah.
He's taking up 4 squares, right, Michael?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a big boy, so you can
So with Saru's height where he is, if I go here, how do you feel about a 15-foot cone?
Saru's
I'm
10 foot
10
over.
feet above it, yeah.
So yeah, you'd be fine.
And it wouldn't hit Xerxes or Anna?
I don't believe so.
That is exactly what I want to do then.
I'm not even gonna pull the thing out. I'm gonna say that I don't think that would hit.
Gonna spend 2 charges of the shield and see how acid does in the water.
Love it. Does it need to roll anything on that one?
Dex 15.
Dexterity 6. So yeah, you see the acid, and then just kind of like starts like kind of just floating there, and vanishing because it's magical acid. So there's that. It does hit the creature, but it doesn't look like too much of it like took. It didn't like kind of like fall back like it was injured from the strike very much.
But I'm on the board.
There was a little bit of damage that went through.
There we go.
You're on board.
Like that last key answer on Family Feud that nobody gets.
He's on
I'll call the
board.
shadow behind him, and that'll be my turn.
All right, it is the creature's turn, and he has a lot of things that he could do. A lot of people here to attack. The first tentacle is coming at Anna. 14 to hit. I don't think it's going to do it.
No.
It will lash out at Saru with the second. 16?
Yes.
16? Saru, you are grappled by the creature.
With damage or no damage?
With damage.
Okay.
14 points of damage and grappled. You can attempt to escape on your turn. The next attack will come at Xerxes' tentacle. 22 to hit. I think
My AC is 23, so
16 points of bludge, and you are also grappled with another tentacle, and its final tentacle. It's sharing the wealth. It's coming at Clavius. 24 to hit. I think you're muted, Marshall.
We can't all be grappled.
Well, it has 18,000 arms.
Well, yeah, if just 4 of us get grappled, it can't attack anymore. I feel pretty good about this strategy.
All right, so Marshall will chrono shift.
As we count.
Throw more bodies.
What do I need? I need to roll again, right? Awesome. All right, so here comes the chronal shift tentacle at Clavius. 18. I don't think
Nope.
that's going to get him. There you go.
That was a good one.
That's
So,
the
yeah,
first
the-
time that's worked in a while.
Tentacle wrapping around him, and it almost like time like
I
shifts
didn't let
for
her
a
out.
second, and it's badass. Love it. That is its turn. Xerxes, you are grappled.
what is being grappled do for me? Because
Yeah. How
His,
is this grapple?
his
Can I have
his
it by
inclination
vehicle?
is to go stab town, but I'm not sure what that means.
Let me send you the grapple real quick. Condition. Boom. There's a grapple condition. A grapple creature's speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if the effect removes the grappled removes the grappled creature from the reach.
So it's got us by the ankles.
Yeah, and so
How
you
I
can
read that.
you can use your action to escape the grapple, and in doing so, you can decide you make an athletics check or an acrobatics check against its check. But I'll tell you this: it has an escape DC, so against a number that it has. and then you can escape, but it costs your action to do so. Or you can attack it.
And I
From
assume
right where you
as well that I am no longer kind of threatening it. So would I get, like, would we no longer give advantage to the guys on the other side? And would I receive advantage currently?
You technically still are threatening it. I would still give you advantage. That could be wrong, but I feel like I would still give you advantage. That's how I'm gonna rule it right now.
I like it.
Tweet him at mbrunny. Tell him if he's
Well, Xerxes does want to go to Stab Town, but also is afraid of getting squeezed to death. So if you're going to give me the opportunity to roll an acrobatics check, you know I've got to do it.
All right. That'll be your action.
Oh, I don't have advantage, but
11. As you try to squeeze out of it, it's like it's sticky, and it is just attached to you, and you can't break free. Anything you would like to do bonus action wise?
No, sir.
You have 0 movement. Xerxes is still grabbed. Anna. After deftly diving under a freaking
Alright, Anna will use her Hemocraft die.
blood in the water.
Blood in the water, so now her own blood is slowly dripping to the top of the water as well.
Great.
Shark!
I mean,
This
gotta risk it. She has
It's
advantage
saltwater.
on that, technically.
Yeah.
May as well roll again.
Might as well.
That's
Okay.
lightning damage.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
Is it conductive?
I mean, it didn't. I mean, in the underwater rules, there was nothing about types of damage. So
Yeah, so you see the lightning kind of, and you guys maybe look a little afraid of seeing the lightning pulse on the blade a little bit, and maybe it looks a lot cooler as it's going out into the water, but no one seems to
died.
no one seems to have taken any lightning damage, even our grappled friends, because I'm
And then-
benevolent and kind.
Second,
That's what I'll say.
and the second one.
Wait, that'll also do it.
Some rocks on that piercing damage. And lightning. That was max damage on the second attack.
Heartland, I would have deserved the lightning, the second
That's
hand
what I'm
lightning.
like.
I'm just saying.
Is it conductive? Like, is it gonna zap me? Yeah, Nick, I don't understand your.
Oh, the bloody
Message.
indicator. Is that what you're asking about?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the sandbox
Okay.
is working, and we haven't seen it yet, so we got to keep poking. At least I think the sandbox is working. I can see Xerxes and his thing going down. So I think Michael knows that we can
Yeah.
deal lots of damage.
I think
Not a-
the bloodied indicator is not on currently.
Yeah,
A lot of chopping wood.
a lot of chopping wood.
Good question. It's a
I
fair
think it's got a tough hide. You know.
Anna, anything else?
No, she's not gonna move. She's gonna just stand and bang.
Stand and bang, Isabel.
Actually, can I do a nature check and try to learn something different since I
Yeah,
did
you
an
could.
Arcana check already?
You could do that. 14, little better. So as far as you can tell, this creature is not, at least not fully from the natural world. There are definitely some elements, just kind of like before, that remind you of like a naturally occurring creature, like a squid or an octopus or something of that nature. But there's something about it, like almost like it has like unnaturally evolved or something. About as much as you can get.
Okay. Interesting.
Isabel.
Okay. Isabel is going to, as a bonus action, going to cast Healing Word on Xerxes.
Nice.
And there's an action. She's gonna swim up to him and can I give him the help action to give him advantage if he tries to escape again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the real MVP, Croft.
Help me remember that.
Got your back.
Isabel. Warrior cleric.
Steven. Top of the next round.
Steven, from his Overwatch position, his just gonna fire some good old trusty magic missiles.
Nice. Those will hit.
Chipping away. Bad damage, but whatever. That's all I got.
Awesome. Right. Vaughn. Feeling blessed.
Yeah, feeling blessed.
That
Stressed.
just hits.
Like that. Have another. Ugh. God. Additional 6 points.
Additional 6 points. If you're wondering, I'm going to just move through for 1 second. There it is. You can see a red dot.
There she
And-
goes.
He's still in the Tomb of Aegon.
And that's a lot of damage just to get to half.
Oh no.
Ooh. Ooh. You got
Here we go.
to confirm that one?
Do I have to announce Divine Smite before or after I land?
I think you announced Divine Smite after you hit. That does not confirm.
Is there a chronal shift?
Please.
Sorry, buddy, not at the moment.
We need another time wizard.
Turn me invisible.
Through. You are grappled.
How far away is Xerxes from me, since he's grappled too?
He's 5 feet.
Roughly.
You're 10
Okay.
feet. So Pythagorean says you're like, not
Okay.
12 feet or something.
And am I still 10 feet? Has it moved me at all?
It has not moved you. You're 10 feet up above it.
How does the Horn of Fury work underwater?
Don't know. I've never blown it.
I would like to. I don't know. I actually don't have this. I don't have it spell to where I can drop it in. So hold on, just a second. Blow into it. Spend 2 charges, I think, or whatever. And I don't know how to make this drop. It's stupid. Blow Thunderwave. Make a Constitution check if it works. Everyone with a 15-foot cube. That's nuts. So that's my character sheet.
I'm looking it up too, so you're good.
Not add to my character sheet. Cool.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature within a 15-foot cube. That is going to be some creatures. Depends where you want to put it, my friend.
I didn't know I had a choice.
I mean, you can kind of aim it because if you aim it
I mean,
leftwards, it's gonna go and hit Anna and Dvalin. If you aim it rightwards, it's gonna hit Clavius, Isabel.
I want to encompass me, the
Xerxes.
creature, Xerxes, ideally.
Okay,
And
which is also
Isabel,
possible.
unfortunately, if she's collateral. That's the goal.
She doesn't have to be collateral from your current
Okay,
position.
then
If you're
no.
just trying to get
Just the
Xerxes.
three of us.
Beautiful. Alright. The creature will go first. What is it? A Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
17.
That will save for the second time.
And then Xerxes, if you would make a Constitution saving throw.
I did above you.
Oh, I didn't even see it. 22. So you will save as well.
It's 2d8.
Half as much damage.
Half, yeah.
All right, so 6 points of damage. Xerxes as well.
The creature.
Not pushed, but it is
It's
good.
Oh.
damn
Not
fast as this
pushed.
spell can heal me.
But it is a good thought, trying to push people. Anything else, Saru?
No.
Clavius.
With the shadow right there, if I were to swap places with it, would I get flanking with Xerxes?
Yeah, or Isabel.
That's what I want to do then.
Go.
And the first thing I want to do before I attack is move this shadow here to try to bait out a reaction. Does that do anything?
Nothing happens.
Alright, then I will move it back there, just because why not? And hit it with a hammer.
6 will not do it.
Still better than the crossbow, guys.
That's better damage. Anything else, Clavius?
No, he's just gonna sit in the middle of a ocean in his heavy armor.
Love it. It is the Dark Tentacle's turn. It will use Constrict to start things off. Which I have to do through the dice roller. 2. So automatically, Xerxes and Saru, you take 15 points of bludge as it constricts you. And as it is constricting you, it pulls Saru down towards it. So Saru, you are now basically in its space. And Xerxes, you are as well, kind of like right up against it. I guess Saru's technically at 25. And then it will make a decision. And Xerxes is the lucky one, who is about to get a bite attack against him.
Did I take that constricting damage as well, or were you rolling X?
Yeah.
Okay, that was for
Yeah,
both.
just take both of you take the 12.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Si, senor.
All right, bite me. Literally.
Bite me. Bite me. Bop, bop, bop. I have to make sure it has advantage when biting a grappled target within 5 feet. Biting with advantage. 26 to hit.
Yes, sir.
15 points piercing.
Oh my god.
14 points of poison. And I need a Constitution saving throw. Do you have advantage?
No, just
Just making sure.
it's just on there for the attacks.
12 does not do it. And Xerxes, some things happen.
Michael, is it too late to declare something? Another chronal shift?
When
I paused very long, so I totally get if you mix this.
I think since I've done the Constitution at this point, like we've rolled it. I think we're kind of.
Well, I get to on the saving throw, not on the. Not yet. No. I would never ask that.
if you can do it on the saving throw too, I just don't know how all the abilities work.
Yeah,
then you're good. You're good.
Try again, Nate.
On the save.
Yep.
Let me look. Does not pass.
I appreciate the effort.
Yep.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Got to use your abilities. Xerxes, after the initial pain, do this too, just so I have it. After your initial pain of the razor sharp teeth biting into you, Xerxes, you can almost feel this thick substance kind of pulse through your veins. And then you feel another sharp and sudden pain just exploding kind of within you, within your nervous system. And you feel all your muscles just tense up and lock as you become paralyzed, and you are paralyzed for the next minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the condition on a success. And as you're kind of grappled there, but floating in this weird locked state, your mind kind of starts rushing as you're like want to do, like you're trying to figure out how the fuck to get out of this. And there's this overwhelming feeling of helplessness. And as this like substance is pulsing through your veins, locking your body up, you start to hear something strange. Something almost familiar to you, but you can't really place why. But you're hearing these whispers, these incoherent whispers from somewhere deep within, like the deepest recesses of your mind. No one else can hear this except Xerxes. Xerxes, it's your turn. You can roll a Constitution save to attempt to overcome the paralyzed condition. Rolling 9 + 4 on the plus. You, my friend, are still paralyzed and in the grasp of the creature. Anna, you see Xerxes just kind of frozen there, floating on the other side of the creature.
You're very muted, Connor.
Very muted.
Oh,
right.
I thought Connor was just thinking it out.
Connor was talking out loud to think it out. So
Damn it.
Anna was looking at her wizard spells, but nothing's. I can't do anything other than try to kill this person and trust and say in Isabel we trust. So she's going to and just pray that this creature doesn't have legendary actions that the DM's just been sitting on. So I think she thinks the best thing she can do is try to kill it. So she's going to roll her Hemocraft die again drawing more blood from herself.
Shaman water.
So she can blood curse. So the first, because I don't will I still have flanking because he's paralyzed and kind of useless?
You have flanking with Isabel, maybe? Does
Okay.
Isabel have a weapon out?
She just has a shield,
Threatening
right?
it? Yeah, then you could technically drop if Saru has a weapon out to flank with Saru.
And the Horn of Fury out, which I just used as a weapon.
Anyways, the first attack has advantage regardless,
That's good.
and then we can figure out the second one here in a sec. So first attack,
I mean, you could swim into
short
it.
sword. Oh yeah, baby.
You want to confirm that?
Need this right here. There we
Alright.
go.
That'll confirm.
Critical threat, critical threat, critical threat.
Pretty decent ammo. Blood in the eyes, roll damage as normal, and the target is blinded for 1d4 rounds. Con negates. Pretty shit on that because it is immune to blinded, but you still get a lot of damage.
And then there's an extra Hemocraft die on top.
Which should also be doubled because it is a dice.
All right, an extra 4 points of lightning damage.
Awesome.
And based on Isabel having a shield, Xerxes being paralyzed, and Saru having a horn, I'm not sure any creature is realistically threatening.
No, you are currently no one is threatening. You cannot threaten while paralyzed.
So, can I occupy the same space as the shadow?
I don't think
No.
so. You can either go here or you can go next to the shadow and still be flanking with Clavius. Since it's a larger creature, you don't have to be on the exact opposite side of it.
Well, she will use her 15 feet of. She'll use her movement, get there, to get flanking, so she can get advantage on her second attack. Try again.
That will hit.
And that is everything I can possibly do.
Chipping away. Isabel.
Man, that was a lot of damage.
Solid crit.
Still alive though.
It is still alive, very much alive.
Bonus action. Isabel's going to reach out, touch Xerxes, casting Sanctuary on him.
Nice.
And
How many dots can I put on Xerxes? They're all so little.
sorry, crunching math. Isabel's going to take out a potion from her bag and shove its contents down Xerxes' throat. He gets to. Do you want me to roll the die or him?
You guys choose. I don't
think I can move, so I won't roll the die.
Okay.
Nate is also paralyzed. He's really playing his character.
31 points
Ooh, shit.
back
Solid.
as she uses the superior potion.
The big pot.
That was big. And Isabel, we trust.
That big Big pop.
Yeah, that's it.
Steve-O. Is this round 4? I don't know what round it is anymore.
Round 3, I believe.
Maybe 3 or 4.
It's 4.
Oh, it is.
'cause
It is 4. It is 4. You're right.
I forgot my spin down counter. I would keep track.
Steven's gonna do.
Fireball.
Yeah, that nailed it. We're just gonna keep chopping wood. Wisdom save.
Bada bing. That's the 2.
17 points of damage,
Nice. Solid.
and that's all I got.
It
I
makes
guess-
one of those bad hissing sounds at that one.
I think it's the first time you've ever gotten the big damage on
Yeah,
the die.
I think so too. Dvalin. The man doesn't even need bless. That'll hit.
Not to be that guy, but is he flanking? Because I had to move.
No, he's technically not flanking anymore.
Because his Eric's.
So I apologize.
Hesitated.
Yeah. So roll that other one. You're good.
Call me by your name.
Beautiful. Got another one in there?
Yeah, I got another one in the chute. If I can not get low end damo.
Oh man, look at these D4s.
All right, here she comes. Actually toggled the disadvantage. Oh, Sally Joe.
14's gonna do it.
That bless.
How many smites you got? How many smites you got left?
There we go.
We're running.
That's really good.
Smites.
Yeah, we're pulling out all the stops. This thing needs to go down this round.
I figured this fight was a fight that Vala needed to bring out the damage.
Very glad he did.
Drew. Yeah, these smites are, let's just say these smites are very big.
Yeah, probably doing that radiant damage in particular when the rest of us are just barely stabbing at it.
Nice, Drew. You are wrapped up real close to this horrible mass of tentacles.
I'm gonna try to get free,
All right.
and it's not gonna go well.
Acrobatics or athletics? Your choice.
How about persuasion? Oh!
Hey, you are no longer grappled, as you are able to kick out of its tentacle.
Those are all actions. That's not actions. Okay, so 5 feet. What's its attack range?
You don't know. You haven't seen. It has attacked people within 10 feet. You know that. But you don't know if it's got further than that. You know it's further than 5.
Right.
But it's only attack. It reeled you in from 10 feet. So you know it's at least 10.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I'll go 10 feet up, or not 10 feet, 5 feet,
Yep.
and no. Well, trying to get Xerxes out would be an action, wouldn't it?
Yes. It was.
Okay. I won't go 5 up. I'm gonna go 5 back.
Okay.
Next to Xerxes.
Dope.
And if he wakes up, try to help. Well, yeah, never mind. That's it.
Clavius.
Hey guys, remember the time that I didn't tell everybody about the book that told about this exact same spot and then did 1 damage per round exactly on average? And then floated the idea that our best battle plan would be for everybody to get grappled so that he couldn't attack anymore?
I mean, at least you're still here and not at the tavern going, I did all I could.
I'm literally doing less than that, I feel like. I'm going to move here just to give Dvalin and Anna advantage.
Nice.
And then we're going to take some gambles and we're going to start throwing out some attacks at disadvantage from the shadow.
Nice.
So let's start with this one.
I don't even have to say it.
We will unleash Incarnation and do it again.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness. We're going to
Snowman. Snowman.
We're going to action surge. And we're going to unleash Incarnation again.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. I'm going to bonus action second wind just so I can do something productive.
Are you sure you just don't want to quit?
Oh no. Oh no.
I did all I could, guys.
Every single roll you made on this turn was 4 or lower.
Are we still gonna have a crawfish boil?
Time to call the bullpen.
Woo!
It's not your night.
look, everyone knows Will needs Donald Trump to be president again.
Yeah.
Apparently, it hasn't passed on. Wow.
That's literally somehow all I can do.
Fours and threes and twos.
Is that it? Is that all you can muster?
Wow. It is the Dark Tentacle's turn. And first thing
There's
that
some-
happens is the Constrict, which is not technically an attack, just automatic damage. 9 points of damage to Xerxes.
That bottom rule on paralyzed is really scary. I hope the Sanctuary works.
I don't even know what I can.
Automatic crit.
Oh yeah,
Auto.
it's bad. It's really bad. And it will go for the bite.
I'm going to use a -5 bottle cap on its whiz save for
Oh,
Sanctuary.
there you go.
Here comes the wisdom. -5.
There we go.
And it cannot switch the target. I don't think. Oh, it can. It can switch the target. Okay. It just doesn't have advantage anymore on the bite. All right. A lot of people in range. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clavius is the target of its bite.
I'm using cutting words.
Ute.
Just
That makes sense. It's going for the one it thinks is the weakest.
this one's easy pickings.
I'm just gonna stay down here for 25 hours and see what happens.
That's good. Do you need to roll it now? Like, could you?
I think it's technically after you roll
Okay.
the attack roll,
Yeah.
but it's
Here comes the bite. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
So I guess in a way I could have waited, but
24 to hit.
I could.
You could
It's like
do it.
that's
What is the roll?
We're about to find
It's
out.
a D6.
The D8, isn't it?
It's a D8.
D8 now.
Oh, am I rolling now?
You or me?
Yeah, one of you two.
You know what? I'm
Barlow.
gonna
Do you trust yourself?
no. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on the limb and say this is gonna be your roll.
No, I don't think that's gonna.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
Ooh. 7 points of piercing. 8 points of poison, and I need a Constitution saving throw. Save. You feel that kind of poison leach into you for a second, but you are able to save from it. Let's see. That's and then it vanishes.
Oh, what a little.
Does it look like it blinked out like the phase spiders? Can we tell that?
From what you saw, it just was there 1 second after biting you, and the next it was just gone.
I still grappled.
Xerxes, you are not still grappled. But you are still floating.
Still paralyzed.
Just floating and paralyzed.
Can I roll a Constitution saving throw?
You will.
It's technically my turn, but I don't even know if we're still doing that.
I would assume we're in turn order still for a little bit. I mean, Anna's gonna stab at the area where it was at, just for fun. So if you want to roll your paralyzed save first, because it happens.
That will save Xerxes. No longer paralyzed. As you overcome this paralyzing substance coursing through and regain control of your body, you can still hear these faint whispers in the back of your mind, though they do seem a bit quieter than they did before. But now, Xerxes, you can more clearly feel that there is a strange presence inside your mind. As if like your thoughts are not solely just your own. You feel as if something or possibly someone is like connected or linked to you in some strange and otherworldly way.
Is it similar to what happened when we were fighting Volmer and I fell?
Yeah, you're getting like echoes of that feeling, for sure. Is there anything? I guess you can. That was the end of your turn, technically.
Correct. Technically, end of my turn.
Anna.
I guess Anna will just maybe make a stab. And do I roll at, like, if you're fighting an invisible
normal.
creature, it's all just normal?
Yeah, because it's disadvantage if it is there. So just normal. And as you kind of strike out, you don't feel any resistance or see any blood or anything of that nature.
Okay. Anna will sort of let everyone know and say, I don't think it's there. That strike felt true. Be on your guard. And she'll move, start like swimming there. I guess I can move 5 more feet. And she'll keep her short sword out. It's still like pulsing lightning.
Isabel?
Isabel will, still reaching out to Xerxes, will cast another spell on him.
Nice.
15 points. And she's curious about that thing. Did it seem any at all related to like the other corrupted things with black tendrils?
Make a Arcana, or as far as the tendrils go, you could possibly go religion. Would be fine.
Okay. Would those just give me like different results?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. It's not supposed to have that +3.
Kind of coming to the same conclusion as Anna did earlier. Like, there was something about it that felt like natural, but along the lines of like some kind of strange evolution. And nothing strictly reminded you of the black inky like tendrils of corruption about it.
Okay.
You didn't see anything like that.
All right. That's it.
Steven.
Then we'll move over there. And make his way towards the door, I guess. So he'll make a percept. What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna say, and as you all kind of like float there, looking around, you'll note that time begins to pass. Tense at first, and after 25, 30 seconds, doesn't seem to be any sign of the creature. And we'll take our 8:20 break.
Voting for the boil ends in 10 minutes. Don't let them disenfranchise you.
I get those votes. Everybody plays those votes. Get your votes in, folks. Speaking of those rolls, let's get into it. You're underwater. A terrifying creature that nearly paralyzed multiple of you and almost put your tiefling unconscious has vanished, just seemingly into nowhere.
Like a coward. And we're free to move about the...
You're free to move about the cabin. Seatbelt signs are off.
Well,
Steven, I can move on the map if you want me to, Michael, but Steven wants to like spend some time investigating both this second level door, and because from what you've indicated, there is a door on the first level as well. He wants to investigate both of those,
Correct.
see if they look the same, look different, anything he can get.
Sure.
Can I use healer kits underwater?
What's that?
Can I use healer kits underwater?
Let's go with no on that.
Alright.
I think that would be difficult to manage just with what makes sense to my brain.
So who gets one of those then?
Ooh. Nope. So Steven, feel free to roll an investigation check or roll 2 investigation checks.
Okay, bottom floor. Top floor.
Oh.
Yeah, so as Steven's kind of swimming through these regions, they're just these massive stone slabs, as far as you can tell. Both have a seam going up from floor to ceiling, just right down the center of it. Kind of right in the middle, the same place, top and bottom. And nothing stands out to you about them. And you feel like you can do a pretty good sweep on the door, and you just don't see anything of like interest. They're just big ass stone slabs.
And this might be a secondary roll, but I guess I'll also, look to see if there's anything that I could like. There's nothing that differentiates them between like, oh, this one might have been more of like a balcony up here, and this is, nothing like that. And then also,
as far as from the doors go, I mean, like obviously the upper one does seem, it's lifted above everything else. It's hard to tell what maybe the rest of the room may have looked like in its day, just with the pillars that are in the middle of the room that like exist. But yeah, nothing you can tell just strictly from the doors.
Okay.
They almost look just like the same on like basically like mirrors of themselves if the center was
Gotcha. But I don't think it's all the same because there's clear ceiling between the two.
There is a ceiling between the two technically, but they could, I guess, continue behind that. You just can't really see it because it butts up against it.
Yep. Okay.
So it could be one giant door.
Steven is going to go to the first floor door, and he's going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
All right. So while he's like investigating and starting his ritual, what's everybody else doing?
I took the goggles off my head and swam over to Clavius and offered them to him and asked him, "You sure you don't need these?" Or rather, "Are you sure you don't need these?"
He would say something to the effect that I think they might have helped in that last round, but no, I haven't earned them back yet. So just and they go well with your swimming armor. You got a whole get up going. Hold on to them for a little while longer.
Anna's gonna go downstairs and also cast Detect Magic.
Dope.
Literally right next to me.
No, aren't you? I thought you were upstairs.
Nope, first floor.
Okay, well then second floor.
Got it. Okay.
Well, you were positioned up on the second floor, so
I haven't moved myself on the map the entire time. There you go. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, just right next to you. Am I doing it right, Steven? No.
She's like looking at Steven.
She's like just looking at Steven and just like mimicking.
That would have been funny too. That would have been fun.
No, we're gonna try to be a little more practical and save you 10 minutes.
Or it would have been even funnier if you would have just cast it as a non-ritual, just as
Right.
a
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
That's
it's not prepared, so it's a ritual cast.
It's never prepared. All
Well,
right.
Steven, you have to get in the downward dog position.
All about yoga. All right. So my non-ritual casters. Anyone else doing anything?
I'm hitting the shadow in the face with my hammer.
Sounds good.
I go jump in and be like, hey, he didn't do that on purpose. When's the last time you made him use a crossbow?
Well, he did 8 points of damage to me and 0 in 5 attacks to the monster.
Yeah, but you're a big, beefy, tough guy. That's nothing. A little crossbow bolt? Come on.
So
Still sticking out of his throat.
wave. I'll just wave the shadow away. I would like to do a check to see, and while I'm seeing, I'll also ask the group. I'm trying to find a way to see on the other side of this door, or whatever this is. Is there any crack, any translucent or transparent rocks to look through, etc.?
Yeah, all you see is just this one seam kind of down the middle of this massive stone slab. And Stephen probably would report as much that after he kind of swam around and looked at it.
And is there anything I remember from the book?
No, the book mentioned the fall of Drakebane the Bold kind of in passing as kind of a auxiliary entrance into the lower city. But it really didn't say anything else about it, which is a big portion of the reason probably why like none of this kind of stood out to you until Dvalin was able to kind of confirm the story of Aegon.
Okay, then lastly, I would just ask the group if there's any magic that exists that anybody has that would let me see what's on the other side of that wall.
You could ask Steven, I guess, but I think he's down there staring at that door.
Hashtag ritual casters.
Dvalin would like to take 10. More so just for the respect that this statue deserves, and also because taking 10 removes him having to make a not shit roll.
He's got 10 minutes. They're casting spells. They're casting spells.
So he wants to take 10 on the statue in a somewhat reverent way.
All right. 10 plus your attack roll to hit it with your hammer. Divine Smite.
Dope.
So much
Shatter
damage.
it.
Investigation history. You tell me what you want to do.
He'll do a history.
Dope. What's your...
It's 3 on the investigation and 0 on history, but I feel
Nice.
like history is probably more apt for this.
Yeah, and you just have some knowledge. I mean, getting up close to it, this, from what Stephen had previously said when his arcane eye was going, like seeing it, this is absolutely meant to be a portrayal of Aegon Drake or Drakebane the Bold. That is kind of undoubtedly what this is. As you can see, this like massive set of this stone armor on him. And as you're kind of taking the time to look over it, you note that the statue of the dwarf and the armor are not the same stone. The statue beneath almost seems like a mannequin would. And that the statue is more so wearing this outer stone armor. So that's kind of what you take away as you're looking at this. And what you know of the armor of Aegon Drake is that, I mean, it's like legendary armor in the dwarven community. It's something that was crafted by magical means, as far as you know. So seeing that this armor is not necessarily a piece of the statue, or if it is a statue, it's kind of a separate statue. Like, there's definitely part of while I'm looking at this, like, if that's the armor, then that's massive. That stuff is super magic.
At what point does Nick the player versus Dwalin's humility and need for this holy space to remain intact differ?
It'll depend, I think.
I don't think Dwalin's going to make mention of it to anyone. But I quivering at the jowls, as it were, personally.
Yes, Dwalin's really getting in there and inspecting this, and like you see him like reaching his hand out, like almost touching it, maybe not touching it. Like he's really reverent around this armor as he's looking into
I
it.
attribute it to be something similar to like if somebody who were religious to go to a very holy place and then be like, you know what would look good on me? The Shroud of Christ.
Yeah.
Maybe not that intense on Dwalin's side, but he's not going to. Oh God, what's the word? It starts with a D. Desecrate? He's not going to desecrate this site.
Not yet.
Is anyone else that is not casting want to do anything while they're casting?
Yes, sir.
What? Oh.
Race. It's
Xerxes is on high alert still.
This might answer my question.
Because he just got destroyed. Did that kind of did it remind him of the phase spiders? Like he's kind of assuming that gross thing kind of went to another plane.
Yeah, so the way that it vanished, in like the phase spiders definitely like phase in the name. They like literally phased into existence and then they were there and then they vanished. It wasn't like a blink. And this was here 1 second, gone the next. So it different in that way. But it, magic, it's also possible that it vanished into a different plane.
Could be in a different plane, could have teleported somewhere.
Yeah, totally.
Just trying to figure. Okay. So while he's kind of like looking back and forth, sort of anticipating it showing back up, can I kind of go back in my memories from Mountain Heart to see if I remember any kind of like dwarven door mechanisms that this might remind me of?
Yeah. Roll a history check. So you definitely, when you went to Mountain Heart, you passed through the main entrance, which was that massive like elevator shaft, and you've been through the city, and the dwarves take great pride in their architecture and their like mechanical inventions and things like that, but there really isn't anything that these doors specifically remind you of, and it's difficult because you don't necessarily know how the other side may be set up. Like if there is something, you can't really see it, and there's no tells that you can see on this side.
Right. There's no keys or
there's
levers
no
or gears.
Right. Yeah. So it's difficult for you to figure like exactly maybe how these doors work or anything like that from this side.
Well, it's up to you, Marshall and Connor. I tried.
Saru, did you have anything?
Nate kind of got most of it. I was gonna try to see what Xerxes' like mannerisms, demeanors are after being incapacitated for a bit. But if he was kind of on edge, that kind of...
Yeah, he's like got his knife out and he's kind of like looking back and forth. Like you can tell he's he's trying to be as vigilant as you can for something that just disappeared.
Yeah, in all the wild Xerxes, every so often, these whispers just kind of like seem to make themselves known in the back of your mind.
And they're unintelligible?
Yeah, just incomprehensible. Just very quiet. And then they kind of seem to fade out. And every so often they kind of just fade back in again. Little, just like right below the surface. Like, just like, almost like tinnitus. Like when you hear the like, like kind of like that. It's easy for it to fade into the background. Isabel, anything while the casters be casting?
I'm just frustrated that she can't their Taylor kids.
Just like these sounds. They're not going to work under this water.
This doesn't work down here. She doesn't have any idea about how to open the doors.
After 10 and 11 minutes, Stephen, and then shortly after Anna will have Detect Magic up. And you see all the lovely magical trinkets on your party. You see the doors illuminate with magic, transmutation magic, evocation magic, abjuration magic. I think that's it. And then the armor glows a fierce amount of magic as well. Abjuration. Maybe just abjuration and transmutation, maybe.
So after seeing his doors light up, Steven's going to swim up, do the second level, radiate the same types of magic.
Yes.
Okay. Steven will then, you said abjuration, transmutation, and evocation for the doors?
Mm-hmm.
3 different types?
Yeah.
That's a little scary. Steven will ask Dvalin if was the famous dwarf Drake. Is that his name?
Drixbane.
Drakesbane. Did he have? Was his armor magical? Do you know?
Some say it was.
That thing is radiating.
Because that right there is
Yeah.
giving off like heavy magic, and he'll point right at the armor.
Yeah, Anna is also looking at it, and it has got an aura about it.
I wouldn't
The
ask
doors.
for a
The
minute.
doors are also. There's also necromancy from the doors. Just an FYI. So.
What'd you say, Devon?
I wouldn't doubt it for a minute. If anything, I'd say it confirms where we think we are. Right on the cusp of Mountain Heart itself. And if the stories be true, and that magical eye of yours not lie, there's treasures untold.
Well, I'd offer to take the armor for later, but my bag is literally at 499.9 pounds with gold.
You won't be touching that armor.
I couldn't even carry it.
Myself and the rest of Dwarven Kingdom would appreciate leaving it where it lie.
Anna will nod. Steven? Since I think we can safely assume that you were the one who actually got us in the last time. We were in front of a locked door with no answers.
Yeah. 4 different types of magic on the doors. Just a little scary to Steven. He does not like that. Would Steven know if I cast Dispel Magic, will it dispel all magic? Or am I going to, like, pick the Necromancy one and dispel that and still have my other three types? I can link it if you want.
It says any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each 4th level or higher on the target, you make an ability check. So, any.
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range in any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target.
So if I pick the doors, I could get them all.
Possibly, yeah.
Obviously, yeah, I have the chance to get them all. That's what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like the effect would end or possibly be suppressed. Some like magical artifacts and other enchanted things, like it doesn't dispel completely, but it can suppress it for an amount of time.
Yep. Can I do an Arcana check? And once again, I apologize if I'm getting too meta. And maybe Stephen would ask Dvalin or Xerxes or Clavius. Do we know like how the dwarves like protected Mountain Heart? Like, is there any sort of like known, for example, Gandalf knew what the trick was at the walls of Moria. Like when you visit Gringotts, everyone knows what some of the enchantments are. I can either roll Arcana or ask them.
The only thing you or anyone in your group knows about Mountain Heart is that it's got the one main entrance and all the other entrances are secret. That's basically how, like, it's that is its thing. It's like, oh, it's like you don't know how to get in. Like, that's how it protects itself. So it's not like there's a specific, like, certain kind of doors or anything like that. It's like, well, the doors are, you got to be able to find them. Like that's their thing.
Dwarf doors are invisible, Well, first floor or second floor? I would vote first, but.
Well, you're the one doing the spell, so I think your vote counts for a lot of it.
I know. I was just getting, taking a poll.
No, you're good. I can go. I mean, 6 on one, half a dozen the other.
You're gonna take a poll, put it in the group.
Yep.
24 hours.
Steven's gonna go down to the first floor door, and he's gonna say "open" in Dwarvish.
Dope.
Anything happen? It was worth a shot. That's 1 in 100 sort of.
Would have been very cool.
Should have spoken friend, so we could enter.
Yeah. It's true.
Steven knew that was a thing. He would do it. I don't think he knows.
Open feels good. Feels right.
Yeah. He'll then also say Drakebane the Bold in Dwarvish as well, just because, the thought did occur to him. Nothing. All right.
About Ember and Ash.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Ember and Ash. Anything?
In Dwarvish?
In Dwarvish? Oh yeah, all of this is in Dwarvish.
Okay, just double checking. No.
Good acting.
Hey, you gotta try.
Yeah.
One of these times, something like that is gonna work, and it's gonna be very cool.
Can Xerxes ask Dvalin, because he's still on too much of a heightened alert to do this, but just to ask him if he noticed anything while he was just poring over the statue, if there were anything out of place, something he could push, something where this statue could potentially be linked to the door. He would ask him if you saw anything like that.
No.
One more, and this, once again, if it's meta or an Arcana check, Steven and Marshall are just really concerned about 4 different magic types on the door. Does Steven know if knock could activate them? Or if, like, because that's just where neither he nor his player knows.
What do you mean?
So Steven is concerned that by using knock on the door, it's opening the door and not the way it was intended, and could trigger some of that
Like
magic.
like a trap, a magical trap.
Yeah, magical trap.
Yeah, it could. You would
It
think.
could. Okay. Well, then, all right. That seals it.
If say the trap is on the door opening in a way that it's not supposed to open,
Yeah.
or something, then yeah, it could.
Okay. Steven will first dispel magic on the first floor doors.
Okay.
And
what's everybody else doing while you're doing this?
And he would, very much announce that he's starting to open the doors.
That's why I'm
yeah,
asking.
I figured that's why, and just, yeah. So everyone knows.
Anna stands like pretty close, like at least parallel with Steven, and sort of just be like at the ready. Maybe like, I don't know, 10 feet apart. But I assume Steven's not like right next to the door.
I'll be on the second floor, but Shadow on the first, kind of
Okay.
flanking Anna.
Dvalin's next to the statue.
We're all, Steven's on the first floor, by the way, everyone.
Yeah, Dvalin's next to the statue.
Okay.
Xerxes is next to Dvalin on alert for tentacle creatures.
Beautiful. And then Saru.
Second floor, laying on the ground, head overlooking the edge of the door.
Love it. Awesome. Okay. Steven casts Dispel Magic on the
Third
door.
level.
Third level. Make an Arcana check.
Oh my gosh. +7.
Saru, Isabel, Anna, and Steven, as you look on in the direction of the doors, you see this like sudden like shimmer of magical energy, like this field of purple kind of rippling across the surface of the door. And there's all these little flecks of purples and pinks and blues. And then across the surface of the door, you start to see these pale, glowing, runic-looking symbols that begin to appear in this faint whitish light. Clavius, Dvalin, and Xerxes up on the top level, you see this glowing light behind you as well. And looking back, you see that the 2 double doors have these glowing whitish runes across them. So both levels now are kind of illuminated with this light. And then you all hear this scraping, this immense sound of these doors moving. And looking back on both levels, you see them shifting slowly backwards, inch by inch at a time, just. And then as kind of suddenly as all this happened, it abruptly stops. And Steven, Anna, Isabel, and then Saru looking over from the basically dead center of the lower doors. There's this glowing white light that kind of starts to emerge from the stone. It kind of starts out blurry, almost ethereal at first, and then kind of quickly begins to materialize into not only light but form, like substance, there's this kind of large circular hemisphere that begins to emerge, just stark white. Not too dissimilar to Stephen's tiny hut, kind of, in shape. But this one's smaller than his, only about 8 feet across. And then in the center of that, this dark purple circle begins to take form. And then in the center of that one, a jet black circle begins to take form. And then you realize what you're looking at is a massive 8-foot diameter eye, shining this kind of dim whitish light that just emerged from the center of these massive doors. And then it starts to look around. As it does, Isabel, the light cantrip that you have in your lantern, goes out. You're kind of overcome with this immediate sense of like lethargy as you feel your reflexes begin to dull. And then the three of you there, and Saru as well, feel maybe the worst feeling of fear and likely panic that you've probably ever felt. As 1,500 feet deep in this dark domed cavern,
Oh no.
a long forgotten structure filled with cold salt water,
Shit.
your lungs suddenly cry out for air. As you are no longer able to breathe water. If you would please roll for initiative.
What are the chances that we talked about this monster before the session started? Damn it, Nate.
Did I speak this into existence? Is this all my fault?
What were we talking about before session? Just so I know what kills me.
Beholder.
He was talking about,
yeah.
he was listening to YouTube videos of people talking about, like, basically the ways DMs could be the worst and, like, instant kill people in one move. And he brought up this type of monster, except they were floating over lava and were in water. Cool.
Cool.
Oh, I need to, bloop.
I'm so tired of rolling so bad on initiative rolls. It's really unbelievable.
I don't know why that rolled.
Eventually.
That yelled that so late in my ears. I don't know if everybody else could hear that.
Yeah, we got it again.
That's weird. All right. God, everything's going super slow on my end. There. I want it roll. There we go.
Are you going to turn off Isabel's light cantrip?
Yes, I will be. I will be. Pop. Okay. Why no music not working? Weird. I guess I can only play this song because my other ones won't work.
I'm playing with everybody.
Alrighty then. Steven. Your vision that has currently the detecting magic that you are still head up goes dark, is gone, and there is this part of you that feels incredibly just almost weak. And it is a very scary feeling that is accompanying your feeling of needing air. So for Stephen, Anna, Isabel, and Saru, currently, and possibly others, these are the rules for breathing underwater. A creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its constitution modifier, minimum of 30 seconds. So if your constitution modifier is 0, you have 30 seconds of air in your lungs currently. And by air, I mean magical water that is now air. When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive a number of rounds equal to its constitution modifier, minimum 1 round. At the start of its turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying, and it can't regain hit points or be stabilized until it can breathe again. For an example, a creature with a constitution of 14 can hold its breath for 3 minutes. If it starts suffocating, it has 2 rounds to reach air before it drops to 0 hit points. So, we will be noting rounds if we must. Everyone has a minimum of 30 seconds. For breathing. So the first thing, Stephen, is you suddenly need air. And it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Can I make an Arcana check just so Steven can know what it is?
You can. So what is emerging from the door is this massive 8-foot across eye. And it is like just as if the stone was turned into this massive eyeball. The only thing that Stephen can think of that looks like this is a beholder, though this is just one singular eye coming out of a door. So it's obviously different than a beholder, but accompanied with the fact that you immediately feel almost disconnected from the weave, from the arcane weave that surrounds this material plane. You reckon that this is some kind of beholder-like effect happening on you, and that you are literally in some kind of anti-magic cone.
Okay. And you said 8-foot diameter, so it's coming out of my door.
Yep, right out of the center of the door down that you can see.
Okay. Steven will, I don't know how tall it is, so you tell me. Steven wants to go up to level 2.
So the second floor is 20 feet above.
20 feet, so I can get 15 feet. Well, actually,
You could dash.
well, I could. Yeah, Steven will dash because that's all I can do. So,
So getting 30 feet up.
He'll do 20, 10.
Steven, as you kind of crest over the top and come over the edge, you start breathing air again.
Steven will. I think in the heat of the moment, he would not even think to say anything. Because, suffocating to not suffocating, he would. I don't want to do too much on my turn.
Saru. You feel as if you need air.
I would jump up. No. I would see Steven swim up. I would look at Isabel, because we know Isabel said that she had a way for us to get up if for some reason we couldn't breathe. And then I would run over to Xerxes and Dwalin, and I would basically semi-tackle them back away from the edge. And by doing so, do I discover I can breathe again?
Yeah, the minute you kind of look down at Isabel and come up over, heading towards them, you can breathe water again.
Okay, I'm gonna say I would still basically look at Isabel. I would then go pseudo tackle the two of them. And then it wouldn't be until after I actually have both of them in my arms or I'm pushing into the back that I'd be like, oh wait, I can breathe again. And then I would relate to them and say something came out of the door and I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, so Saru's got his claws basically on the back of both of your armors and he's pulled you over from the edge. And as you turn to look at him, he has panic on his face and tells you this. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Saru?
I don't think so. No. Nope.
Awesome.
You know what? I would. Hold on, because that would be 5, 10, 15. I would go. Reach out a hand to Isabel to try to either A, pull her, or at least give her a quicker access to out of the way of the thing, I guess. Still not really sure why I could not breathe.
Yeah, so as you kind of reach over the ledge, she's about 20 feet below you, but you kind of reach her arm.
Oh, I forgot she was on the ground, but yeah. Either way,
Awesome.
Still there.
Xerxes.
Looking back at the door at the second floor, did it open as well or no?
It did push back the few inches. That it seems like maybe this is just one massive door, and it moved back. It's all on the same plane. It's almost as if they moved back together. The seam is still right there in the center. They did not open. They just pushed backwards a few inches.
I honestly don't know what he would do. So he'll just touch his shoulder and do healing hands for 7 points. And that's his turn.
Well,
Dvalin's gonna wait. Not really holding turn, just kind of forgoing turn because
doesn't really know what's going on. Seems fair. It is the door's turn. Those of you still down below, Anna and Isabel, you see it focus its attention in the two of your direction. And those of you up top start to see these orbs similar to the ones that Steven saw down below, though these not nearly as large. Maybe about 2 feet across, these white hemispheres slowly start to come into existence, 4 of them on the top wall of the structure. And after about 6 seconds or so, you see that there are 4 small eyes. And by small, I mean they're 2 feet across, small in comparison to the larger one, that have emerged half hemispheres from the upper doors. And Clavius, it is your go.
Clavius can see nothing, so unless he hears something to alarm him, he's kind of just staying put.
I mean, you would have heard me say the stuff to them too, but that's, I mean, you know.
Also, let me give you this because it is giving off. It is giving off a very dim glow, which you can't see necessarily. I mean, the eye is the token that is on the board right now, but you can see the 4 kind of eyes appear in the door as well. If you're below, you can see the glowing massive eye that is there. And now,
I guess
now the token should be giving off at least a little light.
I do a check on the small eyes, and I think he's going to try a history just for do I remember anything, because I don't think he would intuitively be able to know, but maybe he came across them at some point in time.
Yeah, not really sure why there's 4 eyes appearing in this door. With that one,
they're not doing anything to me.
They're not right now. No, they have started looking around, like these hemispheres of eyeball.
I stand completely still in the same pose that the statue's in.
So good. Anna.
Anna's gonna follow the lead and swim. And then she's gonna sensor movement. She's gonna reach into the bag and pull out the black sphere and the key. And I think she's gonna stick the key in the black sphere when Isabel makes it.
So, I think the DM needs to rule, because I have the skeleton key on my character sheet, and character-wise, it would have made sense for Steven not to give it up for how scared of it he was, but I don't know if I would have ever like truly verbalized it. So that's DM fiat there.
I mean, I think that's. I mean, that makes sense. I just sort of assumed it was there, but if you I mean, if
I don't think Steven would have.
If it's specifically in your character sheet and not in the
I
bag.
I have one black iron skeleton key on my character sheet.
All right. Well, then I guess Anna would then like.
Anna, you would know that. Yeah, you would.
Then
Be
Anna would like turn the sphere around and kind of like show it to Steven.
Yeah, you can persuade me. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, and be like,
have the free action to do it.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. That makes sense. But that would make sense that Anna would know that.
Yeah.
And so I guess she would flip it around and be like, I think this is our only way out of here, Steven. Wait for his yeah.
Dope. So Anna pulls the sphere out. Isabel.
Far can I see beside me without light?
Not too far. I mean, 5 to 10 feet. You generally know the area, but it is. I mean, it's otherwise basically pitch black. There's a little bit of light coming off of the eye that you can see, but it's not enough to like really help in this literally pitch black region. As your light just like snuffed out as it looked at you.
I think she doesn't know anything about this. I think she would try to light her light again.
And so as you go to do your spell, I don't know if light is verbal or somatic or whatever it is, but as you go through your normal motions of doing the cantrip and nothing happens, and you feel cut off more so than you have in a long time from the power that is given to you as far as you're concerned. This power that divinely like is you are, divinely casting these spells. You feel completely cut off. And this thing is just staring at you.
I think and she can't breathe either.
Nope.
So I think panic is probably setting in for Isabel, and no light. She couldn't see anybody swim away.
It's kind of horrifying. Saru is up there holding his arm down to you, but you can't see him.
I think she stays put.
Yeah.
She
Isabel
just doesn't know what to do.
And Saru, I mean, looking down at her, you saw her go through the motions of casting a spell, and you kind of just see her like looking into that direction. You can probably see this like panic kind of overcoming her, this cleric who has been a rock in the party, who has literally ran into some very horrific combat situations, into melee with massive beasts, and you're seeing this side of her that looks frightened. Steven.
Would seeing these eyes on level 2 more align with my
Yeah, I think they would only cement what you like previously kind of thought you were going towards, for sure. With that, especially with the crit on the Arcana check. No, this is like, okay, well now there's small eyes up here. Like this door is Beholdoor shaped in a way, at this point.
I'm assuming I'll need to re-roll, but like, what do I know about a Beholdoor as a wizard?
Roll an Arcana check. The anti-magic cone comes out of the main eye, and that it can direct that, and it can turn that on and off as it wishes, and you know that it has, I think 13 different eyeballs kind of writhing on these snake-like tentacled eyes that shoot all different sorts of horrific magical beams, rays. They're sentient creatures, intelligent, and I mean utterly horrifying aberrations from the outer planes. Seeing one as a door is a little bit insane.
And sorry, just because you're phrasing it that way, do I think it is the door or it just came out of the door?
I mean, the doors are 20 feet tall, so 40 feet tall for both of them. There's one partial hemisphere of an 8-foot across eye coming out of the bottom door, and there's 4 partial hemispheres of these 2-foot across eyes in the upper doors. So it doesn't look like there's like a beast like partially coming out. It looks like there is a half hemisphere of an eyeball, and then there's some more half hemispheres of an eyeball just coming out of sections of the door.
Okay. To Anna, Stephen will say, we don't know where that goes. And no idea what this is going to do. Stephen will cast knock at door. Since he can cast, I assume I can cast magic on the second level.
Yep. You cast knock on the door, and again they start pushing backwards a few more inches, and then you see them begin to open inward. And in that moment, you're almost bracing for the water to start pouring in, but it stays exactly where it is. And the hemispheres that you can currently see don't move with the eye, but stay on the plane that is now an open doorway. But you can just see the water is just stopped there. Beyond, you see what looks like a dark hallway, about 20 feet across, 20 feet tall.
Okay. Did it, guys. I opened the door. I'd also want to point out that Steven specifically asked about Dimension Door yesterday. And really wish we had that right now. Steven will say, let's try and get past it. And move. And you said it's around 20, 25 feet, this patio area?
Yep.
Would love that Dimension Door cape right now, crew.
That thing was dope.
Yeah.
But so the eyes are on like the second level too, right?
Yeah, there are
Correct.
four eyes on the second level.
Smaller ones, yeah. Baby eyes.
Steven will take his movement. That's his turn.
Excuse me. All right. So you're moving towards the door. Beautiful. Sir,
He will see Isabel's struggle, and he will go, "Oh, that's right. Not everybody can see in the dark." He will yell back to Anna and say, "Hey, grab Clavius and take care of him for me. He can't really see in the dark either." And then he will yell down to Isabel and say, "Isabel, hang tight, I'm coming." And then he will swim down with his cat speed and basically just grab her and then swim up to the second level.
so what is half your cat speed?
Well, okay, is
Because
grabbing Isabel and helping her and or pulling her up in action.
yes. And as you
And-
enter the cone with your
Yes.
magical armor, your swim speed disappears.
So my speed is 30. My cat speed would be 60, so it'd be 30.
So you can move 30, and then while dragging Isabel, you can move half. So you can move the 20 down to get her, and then you can move 5 up.
Yeah,
Or 10 up, I guess. Well, 5 because then halved.
wherever,
Yeah,
yeah,
5
wherever
up.
the math ends up. But yeah, I am grabbing her and pulling her / pushing her / getting her up to safety,
So yeah,
towards safety.
you and Isabel will be at 5 feet at that point. But yeah, because right as you kind of go over the edge, committing to getting Isabel, you enter this cone that, as this
Right.
thing's staring at you, and that extra motion that you have, this swim speed that you've been kind of zipping around, just stop. Your armor stops working. The benefit of your swim speed is gone. And you grab Isabel and start kind of pulling her up, which is just immensely difficult in the water. But yeah, you now have Isabel with you, and you guys are about 5 feet above the floor.
It's not that you're fat, I'm just not a good swimmer.
Xerxes, it is your go.
I'm sorry, my dog is going insane.
They do that.
Xerxes will move toward the door at Steven's behest. And am I close enough to plunge a dagger into an eye?
Let's see. If you can get, yeah,
I'm within 5 feet of that giant eye.
yeah. If you would like to attempt to plunge a dagger into an eye, I will allow that.
I mean, how can you not want to plunge a dagger into an eye?
It'd be great.
I mean,
Especially you, Mr. On Edge.
I mean, this is this is the rogue Triton that I wanted to actually make that Michael
Yeah.
wouldn't let me.
Your underwater rogue Triton
Exactly.
for this underwater campaign that we're playing.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to connive it.
It's all underwater from here on out. Roll an attack roll. Critical threat. You want to confirm that?
Critical threat.
I will
Critical
pass on the
threat.
crit.
Critical
Like I said, what? Can you hear that? What is he doing?
You do make contact with this strange eye, and you see it slash through, and you can almost see light or something kind of splat out. It's a really strange substance. You feel some resistance as you're striking it, and you do seem to hit it. Anything you want to attack again?
Yeah, I want to attack it again.
I figured.
Yes, stabby stab.
That will also hit, and you the same. You strike this thing twice. And it's very strange as you're kind of like pass your knife into it. And it does seem to react to you. And the eye seems pretty focused on you.
You would say that it has eyes wide open.
Yeah, I might say that.
Okay.
And you are currently like right before this kind of like wall where it just appears the water stops being, and open darkness starts beyond. A wall of water, if you will.
You know, I will. I'll address that when Steven walks through that next round.
Sure, seems fair. Vaughn.
Vaughn's gonna double move and see if he can cross that threshold.
Love it. Vaughn will do so.
Nice.
Oh god, I can't grab you. You have to move this guy. Don't mind me. Just moving your dwarf friend.
Beholdoor was so taken aback by Xerxes' knife that it floats away into nothing, meeting its equal.
Vaughn, you pass through this wall of water, kind of like swim running in your armor, and you come out on the other side, and you like immediately drop a few feet onto stone. Your feet splash as there is some standing water that kind of just goes up about halfway up your foot, maybe a little further onto your ankle. And it is rather dark, except for some light coming from behind you, which is coming from the eyes, which you can see still behind you. And looking back behind you, it's completely dark. You can't see into that previous room that you were just in. You can't even see the wall of water, but you can see these 4 eyes. And that's what you see. I think you should be able to see your token on your page that you're on right now.
Ken.
Great. Before you is a large, it seems like some kind of corridor, about 20 feet high, worked stone.
Vaughn is out of stuff.
Oh, took him off the freaking turn order. So annoying.
See ya.
All right, well, I have to put him.
You know what they say, once off the turn order, can't be attacked, nothing bad can happen to them. That's the way it works, right?
Oh, that was like almost perfect for your initiative. I don't remember what it was, but it was right before this guy, so and right after Xerxes. So that's perfect. Great. Now you're on this page, but nobody worry about him over there. He's just over there. It is the Beholdoor's turn. Beholdoor? I love that. It's going to keep staring at Isabel, and Saru, who currently can't breathe, and the four, well, not all four of them, but two of the eyes are going to do some stuff. Steven and Xerxes, you are going to be targeted by some eye rays. Some D4s real quick. See which eye rays you're targeted by. Steven, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. A beam of greenish energy streaks out and impacts your chest.
I'm going to use 2 bottle caps.
Dope. $21 will pass. Let me see if you take half damage. You do take half damage. As you are targeted with an innervation ray. Come on. You will take half of this roll. Half
Sweet
37.
heavens.
Just 18 points of damage. It is necrotic.
Does that mean anything extra happens?
Nothing extra happens.
Okay.
Xerxes, I need a Constitution saving throw. He has an eye of brighter greenish light. Slams into your chest.
All right, hold on. I'm holding a leash with one hand. This is the worst.
Got the leash, got the
my dad is
keyboard.
on the trip and my mom is sleeping, so normally I don't have to deal with this. But
I
Constitution.
love the leash indoor move.
Yeah, he's on
Sometimes
the
it's necessary.
I'm holding it inside.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh no!
Dope. A familiar feeling overcomes you as you are again paralyzed. Xerxes.
You know what? Knowing what other rays that sucker's got, I'm gonna take it.
That's why I busted 2 bottle caps. Like Steven knows it's got death ray. I'm not in the mood for that.
And that is its turn. Clavius. It is your go.
So I see the eye area, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you
What-
saw these streaks of light kind of
You
shoot
see a
out of
laser
these
tag
eyes.
field.
Yeah, basically. It looks like a very good concert as these light rays shoot out. But they shoot out very quickly, so it only illuminates the area for a second.
Did I see Dvalin as he scooted by those lights?
He actually got by before you, but he was near you. You saw him go off that way towards the door.
But like as he crossed by the where they are, did I see him like at the threshold, or did I just see him as he went by me?
Yeah, you do not, you can't see him anymore.
I'm going to.
You saw Steven and Xerxes run that way too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can kind of barely see both of them in the light. Just barely.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll double move that way.
Intent on passing through?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put you over here for now because I don't want to take you off the turn order because I've learned my lesson. Then I'll put you over here next to this boy. And then I will move you onto that page. Fine. Fine. And you should now see yourself. In the same type of area that I described before. Looking back behind you is a dark wall of shadow with 4 illuminated balls of eye.
And is there any kind of check I can do to see if they have any kind of intention of looking back this way, or are they like guarding the other way?
None of them are looking back this way right now. They're definitely all. You just see white.
Such a Michael answer.
Yeah. It's hard to tell intent on a circular white ball. But Dvalin is next to you, so there's that.
Just to have all my bases covered, I'll move the shadow where it's still outside.
Okay.
Like 30 feet exactly away from me. I know that puts us on 2 maps, but...
I love it. Double mapping it. All right, I've moved the shadow. Anna. Steals the key from Steven and gets the fuck out of here.
Poof.
Anna will shake her head and mutter to herself and cast
Dope.
Expeditious Retreat so she can move faster.
All the dashes.
How do I learn that?
Pretty dope. I don't need the cat. With
Double dash cat speed? Yes, please.
Be insane. You should become a monk too.
Yeah, so 5. But Anna's gonna delay her ready her movement. Can I ready movement like an action?
Yeah, ready your movement.
She basically wants to wait and see if like Isabel can get in that out of the magic cone area.
Mm-hmm.
And if like she follows Saru's lead and like can get up, and if once she sees like it looks like Isabel's like breathing or it's in the area that like she can breathe, then Anna will move past the doorway like everybody else has.
Nope. Is Isabel's go? Got a wet cat holding on to you.
Bring it on. I think Saru coming in, just helping Isabel move a little bit, snap her back to reality enough that she's like, swim up at least, and we'll begin to swim up and try to bring Saru along with her.
Awesome.
I think if whether it matters or not movement wise, I think once she started like swimming up, I wouldn't necessarily be like pulling, and or if she tried to pull me up, I would just kind of push her off. Like
more helping.
Don't hinder yourself, knowing that she's obviously going the right direction.
So 15 feet up, or
which would allow you to breach and get your first nice deep breath of water.
With the light turn back on?
Yeah, as soon as if you bring it up above the thing, it does turn back on.
Okay.
And I will get into your dang thing since I don't have my cool torch button anymore. They really need to give me my torch button back.
And Anna will move.
Bucket.
And you can move me wherever you need to move me so I don't
You will go
break
over
things.
here. And then you
Are
will
we leaving Xerxes for dead?
No. Well,
Yep.
one of us isn't.
As far as I know.
I assume Isabel would probably grab him too. The team effort.
Yeah.
Xerxes is dead, as far as I know.
So do I see? Do I see Anna?
Yeah,
dash through
Anna
the-
sees you come up, and you see her like move with a lot of speed. Anna, you should now be on the right page. And you see all the things that I described.
Isabel will dash move another 15.
Steve.
All right, Steven's going to do a couple things.
Couple things are
First,
gonna happen.
love it. Then yeah, he's going to do a couple things, Michael. First, he would like the Beholder to make a Constitution saving throw.
Would you link me? There is no effect.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Might be too
Okay.
big.
Might not be a creature.
Okay. Let's hope it has something to do with it being part of the door. Steven is going to move there and like try and hug Xerxes
Mm-hmm.
and cast Misty Step.
Dope. Where are you going?
Where everyone else went.
All right, don't mind me. Just putting you over here.
And Xerxes doesn't come with me.
He does not.
Yeah, Marshall knew that. Steven in state of panic. That all I got.
It's okay. Xerxes won't say anything about it.
Yeah, is he
Hey,
cognizant
Steven-
with this? Like, can he
Steven
still see
tried.
and hear?
It depends on which way he's facing, because he's just kind of floating
That's
there.
true.
And almost there. There, these are a better way to do this. Steven, you should now be on the right page. And I'm going to shift click everyone. Boom. Far right side. Far right side center.
Got it.
And you see all the same things that I've previously described.
Yep.
And Shrew, it is your go.
Yay! So I'll swim up my 15 feet.
And then you have your full rest of your movement. So you gain another 15.
Okay. Would it be? Because if I well, no, because I have to grab Xerxes, so. Yeah. There. It's fairly obvious that he's paralyzed.
Yeah, looked like he was in the running or swimming,
Okay.
and he's just now kind of floating there.
Just because I think it happened when I was either down with Isabel.
I think it was stabbing, actually, mid-stab.
Oh yeah, mid stab, just so he's spinning in a circle.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna grab an arm and holler back at Isabel and say, "Grab the other and let's." Where'd everybody else go?
Xerxes.
Because I don't know.
It is your go. And you can make a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn, which turns out is now. It's not going to do it.
I'm so glad I read that.
You've rolled a lot of 9s. I feel like tonight.
Yeah, for all his con
Under
saves too.
10s.
So you're still paralyzed, my friend. Dwalin, it is your go.
Hey guys.
What would you like to do?
That's about it. I'm gonna wait until the crew shows up.
Wait for the rest of the crew. Let me just jump between maps again. It is its turn. Wow. A 3 and a 1. Saru,
No.
need a Constitution saving throw.
Can I? Nope, that's an action. Never. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Gonna fail.
Oh. Isabel, how are you at dragging 2 floating bodies?
Isabel,
Yeah.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
No.
All right.
Isabel,
Seems about right.
you are paralyzed. And Saru, you take
1,000,000,000 damage.
41 points of damage. Necrotic damage.
If I'm reading that right, is there a 12 that got rolled on a D8?
Yeah, how does that happen?
You are reading
There's
that.
also a 9.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That is a very good call.
I mean, you can
And
still
the
do that
Nice
much.
there, Nick.
I mean, you can still do it. Do that much damage. That is really bizarre.
Yeah, I'm rolling
Maybe
it
it's the
through.
Is it the exclamation points? Did they throw it off?
There is the possibility for that much damage.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you're doing the exclamation points or why it's doing it for you.
Yeah, I'm doing it through the dice roller.
But
Let's see.
yeah. if
Oh,
that's
it says
what-
what is compounded? That's checked, whatever that means. Compounded Shadowrun stuff.
If it's interest, sometimes it's a good thing.
Not in this case.
No, that's a
This
really
is
good.
negative interest.
Oh, it's exploding dice. It's rolling exploding dice. Why?
That's funny.
All right. Well, here comes hopefully the correct.
I don't know what that means, but can we give this to Clavius?
Oh no.
That's not helpful. That's
I'm
so
glad
not
we got
helpful.
that right. We took the time. We slowed down. We took the time to get it right.
It's important to
you
get
know
the calls right.
It really didn't matter if it was 41 or 46.
It
so.
didn't. It didn't matter. Either would have put you unconscious and dying. Wow.
So I am dead, floating, holding on to Clavius's arm, or not Clavius, Xerxes' arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Isabel is also frozen and stasis paralyzed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. It's good. Things are good. Things are going good. Clavius, sure go.
Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God!
It's pretty good.
Hey, he's still on point with the with the drops.
I try.
Even
I
when
might die, but damn it, I'm gonna go out with.
when he's in
sound
utter
effects.
peril.
I wish I knew what to do. I'll tell you what I'll do.
Shadow actually there?
The shadow is there. I'm gonna have the shadow attack the eyes and try to get their attention.
Love it. You can currently see the eyes, so that should be fine. Because you can't see through the shadow, right?
I cannot.
But you can see the eyes. So that's all that matters. That will hit.
And he's going to, since I didn't say, I mean, he's trying to get the ones that are currently targeting the people.
Yeah, it seems like they're all looking at the people.
Okay.
All four of them.
And he'll do it again. He'll hit another random one then.
That will not hit.
And then if the shadow is in the way, like he'll move it out of the way so people can get through.
Beautiful. Anna.
So where am I? Like you moved us to this map, but am I like 5 feet or 10 feet from like how far in?
You're. I mean, I was just setting it up for all of you to be able to get through. You guys are all 5-ish feet in, just kind of on top of each other at this point.
All right, Anna will 5 foot Pathfinder 5 foot step, but really 5 feet of movement back onto the other map. Sorry for being annoying.
I figured as much. I don't know what picture is yours. God, it's this one. It must be this one. Tell me if I moved actually you. Or if I moved someone else.
It moved on.
Oh, you moved me.
Woo-hoo. So you're right there, technically.
And can she get? Are both Xerxes and Saru right there floating?
Yep.
So can she grab them and like drag them back in?
You can drag one of them, yes.
She'll grab and drag Saru.
Beautiful.
And so that's like a. So as far as action economy, what have I done?
Movement, 5, 10, about 15 feet of movement with the movement of the water, and you use an action to interact with object, grab someone, drag them through. So if you have a bonus action, you can use that. Or if you need more movement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can use my bonus action to dash.
With Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah. Oh, God. And she's seen these eyes. She hasn't seen the eyes shoot anybody in here.
Mm-mm.
She's going to be really stupid. She's going to yell, "Somebody get Xerxes." And as a bonus action, she's going to dash. And I think I can swim to Isabel. 5, 10, 15.
You could swim to Isabel.
Okay.
So you hear as Saru is kind of dropped in to the area.
And I think the
just-
only way to make this action economy work, I would have had to have dropped the black sphere because I was holding it.
Fair.
So the black sphere is just like on the ground in there.
Dope.
Just if I die.
It is just sitting on the floor next to the wet body of Saru that is also just laying in the 2 inches of water. Drowning. He's just drowning. His face is down. He's just drowning.
Can't drown.
Flavor drowning. He's breathing water. Isabel, it is your go. Anna just swam to you with almost cat-like speed.
I mean, the only thing I can do is roll safe, right?
Yeah. And you do. You overcome this effect, which, God, I hate to do this, but I have to go back and mention. It's because I already read it once tonight. But, Isabel, while you were paralyzed, you started to hear these whispers in the back of your mind, in the recesses of your mind, these incomprehensible whispers. And the moment you are able to overcome, they seem to dampen a little bit and kind of disappear for a moment, but then you can still kind of hear them. And that's the same moment, very much like Xerxes earlier, though you don't know this. But again, you feel this strange presence. Presence of another, someone, something that is connected or linked to your mind in some way. You can just feel it in the back of your mind. But you are no longer paralyzed. And Stephen, it is your go. The body of Saru flumps down onto the floor next to you, as well as a small black sphere that was being carried in the bag of holding by Anna.
And so, to characterize what Steven saw, he saw Anna disappear back towards the Beholder, reappear with a dying Saru, and a shout of "Someone get Xerxes," and disappear again.
Yeah.
Did that
she
cover everything?
reached through and then just went back in after dropping a cat.
What check do you want, Michael? In the heat of, it works out well because I'm literally on a different map. In the heat of the moment, Steven tried to hug Xerxes and Misty Step him, so he did see where he was. But does he remember how close he was to the Beholder? You want a history check?
No, you know he was.
Okay.
You were right next to the door at that point.
Do I remember how far?
Like within 5 feet.
Okay.
You were right up next to it when you tried to Misty Step.
Then Steven, once again, check my action economy. With a bonus action, is going to pull out a potion of minor healing.
Nice. And
toss it into Dvalin's hands. And then, yeah, exactly.
Smashes on the ground.
And then Steven will go out and, with his action, try and drag Xerxes in.
Yeah, as soon as you kind of appear, because kind of right on the other side is literally Xerxes, and you can see Anna kind of making her way, swimming outward from there. But yeah, you can pull Xerxes to the other side. Xerxes, I will move your paralyzed body. It's a not super fun on the other side when you come in with Xerxes and he just kind of falls basically on top of you because he is paralyzed.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But you have him, and now I will put Xerxes on this map.
I think that's all I got.
Dope. Saru, would you make a death saving throw?
Is that yes? Boop. That ain't gonna do it.
One failed save. Xerxes, a Constitution saving throw.
We shall see how this one goes.
Higher than 9.
Probably a 9, if I had to guess. Oh. Xerxes, you are still paralyzed.
What was it that you struggle? Oh, this is like Anna being afraid.
Yeah, when Michael was like, "This is the most horrifying thing you've ever seen," I'm like, "Bullshit! It's not a chimera."
Yeah, we've got chimeras with Anna. We've got Xerxes with paralyzed. We've got Isabel with a skull wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Dvalin.
Dvalin will hand the potion of minor healing to Clavius.
Pass it down the line.
So it looks like you need this. And then he'll lean down and zap Saru with 30 points of lay on hands.
Awesome.
No, I don't have the.
Clear. Awesome.
I don't care. I'm doing this. Will, you're gonna have to edit this out because the YouTube gods are gonna hate us. But I think of this every time someone uses lay hands. I can't not it. So it's just gonna happen. Got my words up.
I think you mentioned this before. That was worth it. That was worth every penny.
That's really good.
That was worth every penny that we have to pay YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
I think you've been sitting on that one for a long time.
I never thought I would get to use that. Ever.
After Fent left. All right.
I'm glad I built a barbarian character to use it.
How many points? 30 something?
30.
30.
Fine.
All right. It is the door's turn. And Anna and Isabel. It is going to attempt some things. Oh, well, I can't do 2 4s. That's impossible. Anna, I need a dexterity save.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a cap on the dex save.
And Isabel will need a constitution save again.
Not blessed.
17 plus 5. You are good. I have to double check if you take half damage. I don't think you do.
Definitely didn't mean to hit that.
You do not take half damage. And Isabel, you are not paralyzed. So as the disintegration ray and the paralyzing ray hit, you guys are able to overcome them. And Clavius, it is your turn.
So maybe Clavius can see, but I can't see. Who in here needs this potion?
Well, it was Saru until you saw like lights.
It was the dead wad of wet fur on the ground, not moving.
Steven didn't know that Dvalin could do that, so he'll just kind of like take the potion back. Because I think Steven's the one in the room who needs it now.
The ball of fur does have a red highlight on him.
Oh, I can't see it. It's covered.
Ball of fur.
It's a bloodied ball of fur if you had to
The bloodied ball of
call
fur.
it something.
Yeah, he's scruffy looking.
I don't know that there's anything I can do. That I'll give the potion to Steven. Continue playing hot potato with it. I don't even know what kind of potion it was. Just
Have our energy.
Potion
I
of
don't-
instant death.
I don't have the movement speed to get out and back in, so I'll. Well, it didn't come after the shadow last time, but I'll still hit it just out of spite.
That does not hit.
That'll be it.
All right, Anna.
Anna will use her. So she'll action grab onto Isabel and start moving. I think with a bonus action, their full range of motion, she can get both of them in there by dashing.
Gotta grab the damn. I'll just grab the shadow too. Let me just grab everybody.
And I met, like, Anna's not very strong, so this is very much like a situation where she can only do this because it's in water, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, when she pulls her through, Isabel probably practically falls on top of Anna.
Seeing how our party is done climbing like skull piles and climbing, I think that's the case for literally almost all of us.
Yeah.
All right. I think the whole party and the camera rock are all on the same page. I think.
See the camera rock.
Wow. Wow. Isabel, you have just been pulled through into this cavernous space.
She'll start to sit up and then probably notice Anna. Thanks for coming back. How's Saru? And she'll kind of look around for him. So I assume, she saw him get blasted, right?
He was rough when I dragged him in here.
A little singed. But, you
He
know,
looks.
8
does he
lives
look
and all
like-
that.
Does he look healed enough? Like, is it not on death's door sort of thing?
Yeah, like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been healed. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose I should get up and off. Isabel will stand up.
Nope.
And help Anna get up.
Steven.
Steven will say, can we get out of here? That thing could turn around at any moment if it wants to. Steven looks shook, by the way. He will take, with an action, he will take his own minor potion of minor healing since, it got hot potatoed. And that's 2d4 plus 4.
believe so, yeah. 2d4 plus 4.
And
It's dry in here, right?
The floor is wet.
Or not like it's not filled with water.
No, just about a couple inches.
Okay. Isabel will tend to some of Soru's wounds now with proper healing kit.
Steven
And
will
then move.
move that way.
Okay. Through.
Suppose I can't unparalyze the recluse, really.
Was that point in order?
Yeah.
No,
I think so.
I didn't realize that. Sorry.
Oh, I thought it was the end. I thought you were just doing the end of your turn. No worries.
I would. No. I would just kind of be poking Xerxes to be like, hey. And then realizing he wasn't responding, I'd haul over to Isabel and ask if she had anything that could snap him out of it. He's stuck again. I think his arthritis is flaring up.
Dunk. All right. Anything else, sir?
No, that's it.
Xerxes? Greater than a 10?
Well, it was greater than a 9, and we did it. Gosh.
Still paralyzed. Still paralyzed. Dwalin.
Dwalin's gonna help Saru up.
I think I'm already up.
He's gonna help him while he's up.
Yeah. Well, so you helped me up earlier.
Yeah, the wet cat.
We'll go with that. I'm fine.
Anything else you want to do, Dwalin?
No, not really.
Nothing happens. Clavius.
I'll move away from the door. Zoop. Nobody's ever been happier to get out of the water than Clavius.
Anna.
Anna's gonna
drink magic water.
Anna's gonna move 5 feet, pick up the black sphere, and put it in the bag with her action.
Good, great.
Hashtag priorities.
Can't forget that.
Who knows?
And then we'll use her bonus action to move another 30 feet.
Can we retcon it so that, like, Anna first tried to pick it up and Steven was trying to be, like, super innocuous but, like, covering it with his feet? And, like, you know, she's, like, reaching down. He just kind of, like, soccer balls just a little beside and, you know.
Yeah, he's like, fuck.
So she moves pretty far away and is also just, like, trying to, like, find something.
What are you trying to find?
I don't know, a door.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, she'll make an investigation check. Just think like, dear God, is there a door?
There's a pretty big one behind you.
Oh, thank you.
Otherwise,
Very long hallway.
This seems like a pretty long hallway so far.
Okay.
The walls are kind of rough stone, but less rough than the area that you were previously in, and the floor is obviously like carved out, like, and these big stone like tiles essentially.
Cool.
About 2 inches of water. Isabel, you are muted, Croft.
Thank you.
That'll happen.
Isabel heard somebody say something about Xerxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hollered at you.
He's going to come back, look over him. Is it pretty obvious that he's paralyzed?
Yeah. He looks like he's swimming. The position that he's in.
Isabel will then hold her holy symbol briefly, and then we'll kind of hit a few pressure points on Xerxes. Cast Lesser Restoration, getting rid of the paralyzed condition.
Xerxes, you are immediately able to move again.
That's good, because we may have been here all night.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anything else, Isabel?
I guess I saw a little bit of movement, right?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Before Steven's turn, you all, no roll necessary, hear very loud sound. Doom! 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 Sounds like echoing metal, like kind of slamming in rhythmic pattern, coming from the darkness to the west. And it just seems to continue on. Steven, it's your turn.
This is a really stupid question, Michael, but like how loud? Like, does it feel like super close? You want a perception check?
Yeah.
Does it feel like part of the cave, maybe?
Perception check.
Gladly.
So fairly close quarters, 20 feet, corridor. The sound is echoing. You would think it's over probably 100 feet away, just by the sound with that perception check. And it doesn't sound like it's loud, for sure. And you kind of pick up on the fact that it's not just one thing creating the sound. It's like the sound of like multiple of the same, like basically, like, for instance, if Saru had a band,
well,
maybe
like Stomp.
maybe yeah, like Stomp. Like if Saru had a band, like, and he had like 4 drummers, it kind of sounds like that. Like they're not necessarily, the sound isn't all hitting at exactly the same time, but it's pretty dang close, and it just sounds like metal impacting metal. And it just started, and it's just kind of hitting.
I think I'm asking you, but also just voicing this thought to the party because he's hoping Dvalin or Xerxes might know. Is that like mining or smithing that's going on?
They can answer on their turns if they want.
Okay. You said over 100 feet away.
Yeah, you would think over 100 feet, which is generally fairly close in this, but hard to tell.
Steven is going to use the message cantrip, and he is going to whisper in Dwarvish to the west. Hello, is someone there? It has 120-foot range.
120. There is no response.
Okay. Stephen will kind of look at Clavius and go, did you hear that? And move a little forward. That's his turn.
Saru.
He's gonna shake. Get most of the water off.
Very good.
And then he's going to
Full action.
Oh.
Just kidding.
That's fine. He's gonna thank Valen for the help up. He'll tap Xerxes on the shoulder and say, "Come on, old man. You're a little extra stiff today. Let's get moving. Let's get limbered up." And then he'll walk over to Isabel and thank her for her help with Xerxes and all that. And then he'll walk over to Clavius and I'll just smile at him and then just keep walking. That'll be it.
Xerxes.
Xerxes is in a bit of a daze. Stephen did ask him a direct question. Are they the sounds of smithing or something else?
Doesn't sound like smithing to you.
He will relay that to Stephen and open his pack and undo the hardcore wrap job that he did on his gun and ammunition, and he is ready to go.
Nice.
Once again, gun is drawn, but still just sort of looking around.
I didn't kill the gunslinger. Campaign over.
I guess that's 3 feet there. Roundabout way of doing it. But yeah, I mean, if you'd hit me with that disintegration ray or something, rip. So
Rip.
Thanks
Rip,
for
rip.
not doing that.
It's a
It's kind of nice that he had to roll. He had to roll.
random roll. I rolled it twice, but you can't use the same ray on the same turn. It's fallen.
He's going to move here.
The sound of metal banging against metal is every round happening. Anything else, Paul?
No.
Does he answer Steven's question by chance?
I think Xerxes did.
Sounds like Clavius' mother on a weekend.
Dunk.
He also asked about mining.
Dorothy Hart is a saint.
Cannon. Yeah, it doesn't sound like mining to Dwellin. Anything else?
No.
No.
Nope.
Anna.
Anna will pull out her Talir and will move 30 feet. And it looks like I still can't see anything.
Corridor looks pretty much the same to you.
pretty far. She like turns back and like basically can't see anybody, so she'll take it.
If you zoom out, you will be able to because Isabel has a light on,
Okay.
so you can't actually see them with the light. Just FYI.
I mean, I think she'll stop there. She's decently far ahead. Hazard's Lear out. Has moved, so.
Good.
Good as we're going to get.
Isabel.
Isabel's probably just going to move up. And just kind of looking over his shoulder every now and then, just make sure nothing's coming from the back.
Top of the round. Steven.
Steven will glance over his shoulder. Can you still see the Beholder?
Yeah, you see the back of these 4 white eyes on this kind of black rippling darkness.
It's encouraging, I guess. And is the banging getting louder?
What do you mean?
Just like, we've moved west. Does it sound like it's drawing nearer, or has it changed in rhythm?
The rhythm has been the same as far as you can tell. Been fairly constant, consistent. You haven't really moved too far to be able to tell a difference in that manner.
Cool. Steven will double move to catch up with Anna. That's all I got.
Cool.
He'll say, "What do you think it is?" And yeah, that's my turn.
Sure.
Well, we'll just go like there-ish. That's it.
X Factor.
I think he'll dash to catch up to everyone and just like limber up the old joints.
Oil can.
Are your wings still out?
Oh no, it only lasts a minute.
Mm-hmm.
They are long gone. And that's it.
Fallen.
Didn't mean what I said. Just trying to do a comedic effect. And that's what he got.
Clavius.
Double move.
Anna.
Start doing the move train. So she can move 30 feet. Still doesn't see anything. Use your bonus action to move another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh. I think she should probably stop right about there when she can see some
Probably
things.
right about when you can start to see some things.
Yeah, it seems fair.
And you do see some things. As you move that direction, you see the apparent source of the metal impacting metal, which appears to be large spears impacting metal shields of squat armored figures that are standing shoulder to shoulder 4 across this corridor. Behind them, you can see more figures. Hard to tell, but you can see at least 2. And almost as soon as you get to where you can see them and you kind of start to stop, for everyone in the hallway, that banging immediately stops. And then everyone hears as the spears, Anna, you see them angle down towards you, and the shields are up. And there is this wall of metal with these long spears pointing out towards you. And that, my friends, is where
Can I
we end this week.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Always.
Does it look like they're dwarves?
It does
Okay.
look like they are.
Look like they're Roman soldiers.
They look like dwarves.
As long as they look like dwarves, at least.
Kind of
Okay.
like